Oh, we're live already. Whoops. Oh well, we're early and we're live. I was just setting up for you guys. It will. 1 second. So today we are going to review brand new pigment from Color Passion. It is Bowie. No, it's Kim Gao's brand out of Australia, and okay, come here. And Bowie wants to say hi to everybody, apparently. And so yeah, no, calm down. That's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna review some Color Passions. I'm super excited though because she has done a whole bunch of work and she's super sweet lady. If you ever get a chance to meet her in Perth, do it because she's awesome. I know Bowie just couldn't handle it for a minute, so I'm just gonna hold him until he's annoyed by the fact that I'm not letting him get down, and then that's that. So I've prepped one of our boards. This is one of our ATD cradle boards. You can find it on our website, artistbuildup.com. The resin that I've mixed up is Art Coat from Stone Coat Countertops. Looks like this. And just one sippy. Hey y'all. I'm gonna look at these colors with you guys and see what you guys think. So this one is Spearmint. Looks like this. It seems to me that most of our pigments come into these 50-gram pots. Beautiful labels. I did get a little bit of leakage in this one, but that's not uncommon with the pigments that I'm pulling from Australia. I'm so excited, Sandra. So this one's Spearmint. It's pretty true to the shade on the feed. The next one here is Red Passion. This one is Aqua Sea, which is like a deep turquoise. It looks like all of her pastes are flat, which y'all know I'm perfectly fine with. This one is Lavender Dream. It's pretty true looking lavender. I'm just logging into Facebook to let her know that we went live a little bit early. This one's Yellow Passion. It's like a cross between like mustard and like a cadmium yellow. It's probably a little bit closer to cadmium. No, Bowie. This one is cerise. I never know if I say that right, but it looks more like a magenta than a cerise to me. But it still is on the label. This one is Cobalt. It's pretty true to any cobalt I've seen. Blue Passion is like almost a navy purpley. It's like an indigo purple. Nope, indigo bluish, but more on the blue side. Sorry about that notification. Congrats, David. Rose Pink. I would have went with more of a bubble gum. It's very It's very like baby pink. It's a good looking pink. This one is mint. I might have gone with aqua, but I didn't name the colors. Magenta. This is a good name for magenta. We're using Jeff's camera on his Galaxy, so the colors are going to be really true to what I have here. Berry, light mushroom. It's like almost a Payne's gray looking color. Nice, nice. Dusty pink. I swear every brand has a dusty pink. Every paste brand. It must be popular in Australia because it's not one of the best sellers here. Sky blue. Orange passion. I know that light mushroom is really nice. Deep turquoise. Okay, y'all know I'm going to end up having to use this one. So these are all the pastes that I was sent. I don't know if that's all that's in her collection, but it's all the ones that I have. They look like this. Ta-da, ta-da. So here are the powders. Deep Azure. These are pretty shimmery. Trying to like knock all the powder down to the base so you guys can see all of it. Vibrant purple. This is nice. It has kind of like a red undertone. Very nice. Green luster. It is a luster. Apple luster. Wine crushed satin. Of course, David, shoot us an email. Hey guys. Is anyone else buffering? I'm not, I mean, the one I'm looking at isn't buffering. Rose cherry, that's a good name for this. It's got kind of like a purpley interference to it. Magenta rose. This one also has like a blue interference. Blue gold shimmer. The blue gold has kind of a green reflex in it. Or interference, sorry. Hi Vanessa. They are nice size jars. These are 40-gram powders. The pastes come in 50 grams. This is red sparkle. Hey Bethany. This one's more like, not a glitter, but a bigger flake. This is Flambe Sparkle. We're getting fancy. Hi, Jackie from Color Passion. So I do have Color Passion in the house. If you guys have any specific questions, they're here. Max Gold Sparkle. This is really interesting because it looks like a luster white, but the interference is gold. I don't know if you guys can even see that. Yeah, you can. Jen, what's up? Okay, and this is my favorite of the powders. Just by looking at them in the jars. This one is Monet Blue. It's really sparkly and actually is kind of deeper in person than it shows on that camera. I don't know what I do with my gloves. Yes, I do. So there are also two whites, Passion Base Cell White, which I'm assuming is operated like the Stone Coat base tint. And then Passion Top Cell White, which I assume operates like most any just white epoxy paste from like Just Resin or La Res or Color Obsession. So what colors do you think I should use, you guys? I was really sold on using that Monet blue until I realized that that was a dark turquoise. I believe Color Passion is out of Perth, Western Australia. I gotcha. So Jackie, just so you know, I have this problem with a lot of my products that come out of Australia. I'm sure it's just because of shipping and like maybe altitude changes, but there's always some leakage. And with my other vendors, they've had to implement a seal. So, but that's super common. I get that with all of my, I have a table right now of paste that I have to clean up and relabel from one of my brands. So if you guys see these messy labels, it's not an issue that's exclusive to Color Passion. It's something I have to deal with every brand, and it's not all of them. Like this one has nothing leaked out. Mushroom and eggplant. My pleasure, Jackie. I talk to Kim a lot, and so she knows how I do my reviews. I'm very honest. If there's something I see that can be improved on, it's always constructive. I will never bash a company, even the ones that I'm absolutely not a fan of, but I do give honest reviews. And I think that's important because I've had some companies contact me to do reviews, like I'll pay you to do a review, and I don't accept those because I don't want anyone to have a false sense of a positive review, and I wouldn't want anyone out there to think that I could be bought to do reviews, like positive reviews. If I like it, I'll do a positive review. If I don't like it, I'm going to give my honest opinion. And that's gotten me in a little bit of hot water with some companies because they ask my opinion and then they get upset because I give it. It is what it is. Anyways, so far so good with your products. So Sue, I prep my boards with just a flat white interior house paint for the most part. And then I'll sand it down with a 220 or a 400 grit sandpaper. And that's usually, I need to see if this is a green dark turquoise or a blue hued dark turquoise before I pick the other colors. I use a flat white interior house paint unless I'm doing alcohol inks. And then I'll also spray it with a spray gesso. We have a code ADTCO.
ATD.
I know, but Kim, do you mean ATD or is that ADTCO19? ADT is a security company. ADTCP19? I don't know what any of that is. Hey, Shy. Hey, Drew. I hope you're feeling okay. ATDCO19? I'm so confused. I need clarification. In the meantime, I'm gonna adjust this camera. So I can get you guys all up in here. Okay, ATDCP19. Who's on first, right, Cara? Ooh, looking good already. Okay. Let's get some mixy cups out. All right. So this resin is Stone Coat's Art Coat. You can get it on our website, artistilldeath.com, or through Stone Coat. Use the code YALL, YALL, all caps, no punctuation, for $10 off $100 order, which will basically shave you on shipping. How long will the code be valid for? Asks Jen. So I'm gonna do a negative space pour because that's kind of what I've been doing lately. It's my jam, and I want everybody watching this video to see, like if you're like new to the channel and you've only watched recent videos, I want it to be like a consistent comparison to how these products work next to all the other ones that I've done. What is the coupon code discount for? Can you use us that beautiful blush bronze color? Hi, Hazel. Oops. All right. After I inspect this color, I will figure which other colors I'm going to add to it. So off top, I can say that it's very rich and creamy color. I don't know how long it's been on the shelf, but it hasn't separated at all. So those are good things. It's very creamy, which is awesome. This did say it was a 50-gram jar. And in this jar, it's like a third full. I don't know if that's because I got a sample tester batch of colors, or if it comes in this amount. If you could clarify for them, Jackie, just in case they get this and are confused or concerned about it being like half full. Thank you, Miss Bonner. Hey, Margot. Hey, Laura Taylor. I know. Happy birthday, Jen. She's all grown. If you hear a stuffed animal dying in the background, that's Bowie. I'd imagine you don't really have to load these. Just from looking at them, they look really, really pigmented. They're already starting to play in the resin, so that's a good sign. Weight in the jar is 60 mils. They all weighed out at 50 grams. Okay, so the quantity is based on weight, not volume, which is very standard. So if you do get a jar that's off from like another color, a lot of colors are differently weighted. So this looks like a kind of a subdued or like a deep turquoise, but almost like a gray hue, which is fantastic, especially for winter colors or like home decor. A lot of people don't like the loud colors. It's a very nice color. So we'll set that there. You guys can see all of these next to me. What do you think I should add next to it? It needs, you guys know my basic formula. I always do a main color, a bounce color, or a color that's opposite on the color wheel. And then some kind of a metallic. in either white or black. While I'm reading on what you guys think I should do is the other color, I'm going to go ahead and mix up the whites. I'm going to go ahead and mix up both whites so I can see how each one is used, so I can compare them and show you guys. Luckily on the top it says which one is a base and which one is a top, so awesome. People are liking the bronze and the mushroom. So can you guys tell me if the base is like temperamental, like say the Stone Coat base tints, you can't use too much of it before they'll kind of do too much. So as you guys can see, this is a very, like a third full in this one. And that is because whites are typically heavier paints than any other color. So this is the base. Thank you, JJ. Judy! I hope you're having an amazing, amazing time in Vegas. My goodness, I'm doing a number on these jars because it's so pigmented. It's just getting everywhere. But that has nothing to do with the quality of your paints, except for the fact that they're hyperpigmented. I'm just a messy artist, so it's whatever. All right, Teresa, I almost did get them mixed up, but this one I hadn't taken off yet, so we good. I need some wipes. That's true too, Jen. Sweet. All right. This one is the Top Cell White. And as you guys can see, it is a thicker consistency. It is on the side of the jar. And I find that's pretty common with Top Cell Whites. Usually the base tints are very thin. This is a standard paste consistency, which is awesome. Still creamy, still amazing. I'm assuming that the ratio is still about 10% color to resin ratio. So Judy, these colors are Color Passion out of Australia. They're Kim Gao and Jackie's colors. All right, so the pink stick is the base white because it's got pink from the last time I used it, but it's already dried. And then the one with brown and aqua is the Top Cell, top, bottom, dark turquoise. So, yeah, Sarah, it's for cells. But usually you can get cells with any paste. It just depends on how you use them. But I'm going to test that with you guys here tonight anyway. So ATD needs to come with their own line. That is a very expensive venture that I would love to do one day, but at this juncture, I would love to one day. So, hi Tia. What colors did you guys want me to use? If I did do this mushroom, then I still need a bright color. I'm sure we would come up with some amazing colors. It just comes down to funding. And I don't really want to saturate the market. There's so many people putting out colors now that are kind of similar, or the pastes just act the same, or the powders are literally exactly the same. I want to come up with something new. And I think until I come up with something that is 100% ATD and unique, I don't know. Jen, you got jokes. I'm sorry, Denise. So my standard equation when I use a dark turquoise is there has to be a red or a pink color or a bright purple and then a gold, so it's completes my formula. False. I'm not the only one. And Jen wants yellow. So because this dark turquoise is kind of grayed anyways, I'm probably not going to pair these. I will say that these would be beautiful together, even though they're similar though. The red would look good. If this were my painting, I would pick probably one of these. Excuse me. Jen, I don't know if you want to be nice for a whole 24 hours. Yeah, that is a nice one, but this one's brighter. Thanks, y'all. Orange. You have extra jokes today. I will go with yellow before orange. What about the red? Can we compromise on the red? That one would look good too. I wouldn't. There's already a green incorporated, so I'm not going to do that. I think, though, I am going to use this bronzy color. I think that'll set off the dark turquoise really nice. So while we're deciding on that last one. Ooh. Gold member. Let's see how easily this color mixes in. I was going to say bronze, but it's flambe sparkle, which is a pretty nice color for it. Ooh. It reminds me of how diamond dust works and gold dust from, that's not enough, from Stone Coat. I would be surprised if this sparkle doesn't sink like it does with Stone Coat. I like how it's almost a tan, So my initial bronze would have been just slightly off. No, it went back to bronze. I'm willing to bet some of the sparkle sinks just because of how this color's worked. Not this color, but colors that have a similar sheen to them have worked in the past. So those colors look good together. And now I'm debating on, like, extra debating on the last color. These fulfill a big part of what I look for when I do my colors. I like having a very flat color and a high sheen color or a super metallic, because that juxtaposition between a flat and a shiny really work in a painting that has resin, you know? You mix this with white for a sand color for your beaches. I can 100% see that being great. So now I think the red would make this look brassy. I already have a green, so I would have to rule this out. That actually might work best because these colors are pretty bossed together as well. Jen, this is almost orange. It doesn't. What's the one to the far right? This, the one that was upside down? Beside the purple. All right. Do you guys like this combo better, one or two? Or three? So thank you all the twos, but is three a good one as well? So no one's doing one. Two or three? All right, fine. I'm gonna mix them both. Jen will find you. It's true. I've seen it. Ew. Jen, you could have, I see you. So this is the magenta. As you can see, it is more full than the whites that I'd shown you because, wait. That was probably too much, but y'all know how I do. See how it's already like playing with the resin, how it's like fading into it, it's blending. That's awesome because that means it's gonna do amazing things. You okay, Beans? Ugh. What's up, Ocean? These are a lot easier to open without gloves on, you guys. It's just gloves, you know? Sorry for my sniffles. I sneezed a second ago. So, Kim, you guys could probably save a little bit of money and just buy smaller pots because it's going to cost you more to ship larger surface area of jars. Like if none of them are going to be all the way, you may as well save some money. Anyway. Bye, Doris. Oh, Bowie. He is. I know that when I ship our paints, it's I mean, obviously you've already invested in all of the things. Bowie, enough. I just know that when I ship paints out of here, the size of the package and the weight are the two main factors. And then third of all is, you know, how far it's going and how rural the place is that it's going. So yeah. This one's great. It's like Ecru or Tiffany. So there's our palette. Ugh. It was hard to get the size we wanted. That's what she's... Anyways. What the... You had it on your mouth? Oh, I know. So, it's irrelevant to the product being awesome or not. It has no relevance to the size of the jar it comes in. I think you lost something under the couch. Do y'all hear him? He is having not a good time right now because something has wronged him. What is it, Beans? Hi, Carrie. That's what she said means. What are you doing, Beans? Oh, okay. I know it. He's so mad for no reason. I know, Beans. You're fine. All right, so we're going to grease the pan real quick, which means I'm just putting some resin down so that my tinted resin moves more easily across the surface. With resin that's a lower viscosity, this is even more important. With thinner resins, not so much. Oh, also, I'm not wearing a respirator right now, but if you have any allergies to resin or sensitivities to anything or have asthma or whatever, I am not a physician. I know. Don't be surprised. So I can't recommend what someone should do for their health, but if you're nervous about it at all, take precaution. Do what you got to do for your own health. We have very well ventilated space, and if I had a respirator on, y'all wouldn't be able to hear me anyway. So I know. I'm sorry, Judy, for all the snifflies. I sneezed once and now it's gone crazy. So I'm just heating it a little bit. I'm not sure why I do this because I'm going to heat it up a lot in a second. Oh, I got to get some swipey papers. All right, also took care of my sniffly nose. You're welcome. Whenever you're ready, Jen. Okay. Joplin eats tortoise poo. I came in the wrong part of this combo. All right, because the dark turquoise was my main, like what I really saw first, I'm gonna begin there. And for the sake of being consistent with my other pours lately, I'm gonna do my standard Pepsi pattern. Jen, neither one of these whites have that smell to it. Also, I can't remember if I said the pink was the top or the bottom. So I'm gonna do a roadside test real quick. That might be the top one. False. That was the bottom one. Yeah, this is the top and this is the bottom. Thank you guys. I know, I call it a roadside test, but like, I feel like it's amazing. Anyways, so let's run some of this pink through. This was the magenta. So my history with this shade of aqua or teal or blue or whatever you call it, it's either amazing or it's horrible. Kind of like yellows for me. All right, I think I'm gonna, maybe I'll put one line of this in because I don't know if it's gonna take over. Those colors look just so great together. I might just save those for accent, which is what I usually do. All right, so since this, oh my goodness, I've confused myself already. What did we say? I think this is the base. We'll make it work either way. And I'll be able to tell as soon as it gets going which one is which. So I'm adding heat now because I'm going to do some swiping, and for the swipes to be easier, the resin needs to be just slightly thinner or you have to move slower. And I don't want to put you guys to sleep just yet. So as a test, I'm going to just pull this over and see what it does. Yeah, I believe that's the base. All right. Jen, I have never done that and never had a problem. Okay, so let's get some swipes out. I'm gonna do an ombre swipe, which means I'm putting it into the colors and letting those blend. I'm just gonna see if I did this with the right one real quick. Okay. So for the base tints, you want them to be under the other colors. So you can kind of think like base for basement. And what that's going to do is disperse whatever color's on top of it. So like the base white isn't going to give you white cells. It's going to give you cells with whatever color is on top of it. It's just the nature of the product. Hey, Clara. So this ecru is selling really nice through this pink and dark turquoise. I think you guys did a really good job at picking these colors. I really like the richness of that dark turquoise. So, Cara, most base tints or whatever will say, like on this one it says base tint, and the one I usually use, the one from Stone Coat, also says base tint. And then for Color Passion, their other one says top, which means this one should go over your other colors to make cells. So if you put that one under your other colors, you're going to lose it ultimately. And unless you tilt it a lot or just manipulate it around to get those colors to come back up. Hi, Dolores. Calm down, Miz. So I really like how this, I'm glad it finally got there, Holly. I'm so sorry that took so long. So far the colors I'm using are magenta, deep turquoise, spearmint, top cell white, passion base cell white, and flambe sparkle. I'm really digging what that flambe looks like going beside the dark turquoise, the deep turquoise. So I'm going to enhance the amount that I'm using. Because they seem to, it's gonna break through a little bit. Yeah. So even though these colors aren't very thin, the sparkle's coming through really well. So on this side, I'm going to show you more, really the white that's supposed to be on the top. So I'm going to put that through here because I'm pretty sure that's the top white. I want that majority to be this deep turquoise next to the white because I think that's going to make it stand out the most. So for this technique, I like to use the torch and tilt. So before I do that, a troll. We haven't had a troll in a long time. Bye, George Williams. Oh yeah, troll patrolled on top of it. So this is what we're looking like so far. No idea why it timed out like that, but we're back. Need you guys hooked back up again. Sorry about that. Okay. So really like what that flambe looks like next to that deep turquoise. Hi, Damp. Okay. So now I'm going to do the torch and tilt, which is what I like to do for my pastes that are topside whites. I just hit the color that I want to sell and right in front of it to like kind of melt the way. If you are doing this at home, this is a great technique to use with a respirator because heating resin like this will throw fumes no matter how low VOC it is. It's just part of it. When you heat a chemical, it's gonna throw some fumes. I love doing this kind of technique and being selective about where I heat enough to create cells. You can kind of just touch on those areas and make the resin break. I'm gonna let that rest for a minute and get some more butane. Whoops. Thank you, Kim. Oh, thanks, Fuzzy Giraffe.
Fuzzy giraffe?
Yeah, the tiny fluffy giraffes in the house. So anyways, I know there's like nothing new in like resin land anymore, but I have just coined that term in my universe, the torch and tilt. I know I'm going to get comments somewhere that's like, oh my God, Bethany from Pakistan's been doing that for like 82 years. Save it. I already know there's nothing new in resin. That's just what I call it. So there. But the awesome thing about that is if you have a low viscosity resin or a like a thicker resin and you heat just the top part like that, it'll groove like really awesome stretch cells like this. Thanks, you guys. So Joby 4, these are Color Passion out of Australia. I might be carrying these. We got to discuss. But y'all, I should have done that design in this direction. I just noticed that I'm like oppositing everything. So I have to figure out how to save this. Girl, even if I turn it around, it's still going to be an opposite. These are going this way and that's going that way. So probably what I'm going to do is I'll tilt this to make this a solid. Stretch these out so it looks like it's kind of a circular pattern. What does Bethany do in Pakistan? Nothing. She's a housewife and she always asks for the manager. Her middle name is Karen. It looks like a rabbit. It does look like a rabbit. What's up, resin head? Yeah, that flambe is really catching the light for sure. The funny thing is, I never really noticed that. This is way beside the point, has nothing to do with the pigments, I don't think, but. Or maybe it does. I don't know if there's air bubbles popping or if. Ew. The glitter's coming up or settling, but there's like little fireworks happening throughout the piece. Tara, I'm not sure if I'm going to leave the negative space. I think I'm going to try to, if I don't try to circle the piece, then I'll just tilt this way. I'll do a torch and tilt in this direction and then stretch these this way so that it becomes an angular piece instead of like a leaf directional piece. So I let it rest for a minute, and that's because I wanted to be able to tilt it in other directions without everything shifting. So now that it's set up, usually only takes a couple minutes. I can work on another area. So here we go. Oh, so Fuzzy Giraffe is actually the charming giraffe, but when I met her in Vegas, I couldn't remember what adjective her screen name was. So every time I had said her name, I just came up with a new one. So we had like a revolving joke of different adjectives. All right. So let's do it again and see what we got. So when you do this, be mindful of where you're letting your flame hit. I keep mine moving consistently so that I don't scorch anything. Oh my goodness, I thought I just filled this and it's like fading on me. Well, thank you, Kim. Feel free to use the torch and tilt in your upcoming classes. I think my this is almost empty. That could be it. No. Please hold. Do you have a torch handy? Or should be sweet? Okay. We're back. She spells it Bethany. The P is silent. Yes, Vamp. Yes. Okay. So I hold the torch rather far away. I'm just wanting like that very end of where like the color fades out of the flame to be touching. You don't want to just go in there because then you're going to scorch your resin and it's going to have like nicotine teeth, you know? So I did use both whites on this. I had the top white, a color, and then the base white. That's why I'm getting dimensional rings like this, because I'm getting both types of cells. Oh, that's not good news, Ocean. So I want a little bit of this magenta to be incorporated, so I'm gonna try to push that down. No, I'm not. I don't want to squish these cells, so I'm gonna stretch that back out into this side. And I'm gonna let that rest. So, because, okay, so I let it rest because if I just keep going with it, this is gonna keep moving. Thing about using resin that has a low viscosity, like Just Resin's Diamond Coat has it, Stone Coat's Art Coat has it, their countertop coat has it. You can just let it cool off for a minute or rest, and then you heat a different area, whichever area you're trying to work with, and that is the only area that will move. Does the puppy have a fur ball? He is a fur ball. All right. So it looks like it's basically set because I can tilt it and it's not moving. If it is, it's not moving fast enough to matter. So now I can work this part, and I'm going to make sure to pull in some of the pinks and stretch those out so they will sell up if they're going to. I don't know if they're gonna, unless I got them really thin. But they're doing like this stripy pattern that I'm kind of digging. Just gonna bring it back in so that I can hit some of this white and stretch it out into that area so I can like incorporate both sides of the piece and try to make it start getting into one piece instead of looking at two separate pieces, kind of like it is right now. All right, that side's got to rest, and then we're gonna make this side work. Burp a torch? That's not English. I have no idea. Judy knows all the things. Why, thank you, eloquent giraffe. That's so sweet. that, Penny? Long time no sure. Thank you, Clara. Maybe it's turning it upside down and like not flaming it, but just letting the gas out. I don't know. Of course, Sarah, I'm always having fun. But Judy, what is to burp? That's my Jeopardy not answer, but actual question. So it's looking good. I just need to make it fit together. So far, not digging this stop. I either need to pull the aqua, what is this, peppermint? I need to pull the peppermint this way or pull the pink this way. And I'm not digging how all of this is going straight that way and this is curving this way. So I'm probably going to stretch these downward. Post down and E fill stem until air is out, then fill. Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. Push down the stem with a ballpoint pen. Or the like, oh, I guess that's the stem, that little Dumaflachi in there. All right. I'll have to do that later with that one. All right. So I'm tilting it almost vertical and it's really not moving at all. If it is, it's not moving very fast. So that lets me know that I can continue on with the process. I think I'm gonna add some more white to this bottom half. Jen, I hear your judgy tone. And I love it. All right. Well, thank you, Bethany. Let's see, where do you want to start? Let's start with this one. So to complete this composition, I'm just trying to tie in the directional lines from the top part and the bottom part. And it's, if I had liked the bottom half better than the top half, I would be doing this on the other side. And I know I'm gonna get a lecture from someone out there like, it was fine. Karen from accounting is gonna tell me it was fine, but just fine isn't really enough for me to leave something alone. So I'm going to continue to tie these in together. Just one, I guess, third at a time. Yeah, the party giraffe is pretty fun. Thank you, Kara. Kara or Kara? Bowie's got the zoomies, y'all. It's about to get really real. Right, Holly? He's trying so hard to get Moo to play. And Cujo's like, I don't think so, brah. So I'm just guiding the resin in the direction I want it to go with the torch. I'm using the heat to force my will on the piece. So I brought it back up level to do this part because I don't want all the resin to run off while I'm breaking up these cell patches. I can tell that these cells right here are the stone coat on top with a little bit of the, not the stone coat, sorry, the base on top with a little bit of the top cell mixed in there because of the shape of these are kind of cauliflowery, which happens when any base tint is thinned out a lot. And the reason why there's like just patches of the cells is because that's where I was concentrating the most heat that was creating, I've lost the word, but it's thinned out in those areas, therefore dispersed the color. I know it, boys. That's so funny. Your staffy just heard Bowie bark and now they're looking around. Hey, Bowie, enough. Yes, retro giraffe. These are all paste, except for the flambe, which is the hyper glitter one, is the only powder I use. So I am gonna pull this area down this way, and then I'm gonna add more of the flambe, and then I'm gonna call it a day on this piece. Thank you, Christy. I think it is good. I just need to, I can't let this go. Oh, thank you so much for saying that, Jen. It's my absolute pleasure. All I really want to do when we do these videos is educate, inspire, or entertain. If I get one of those to one person, then I'm a happy camper. Judy, I don't know. Jackie or Kim, is the flambe a mica? She said it wasn't a glitter, so I assume it's a mica. Thank you, Holly. I appreciate that, David. Thank you, Kim. All right. So it's moving just a little bit, but I'm fine with that. But if it's moving a lot, I'll tilt it back into the piece so that when I'm working back in that direction, not everything runs off. It gives me something to stretch still. That's what he said. Where's my torch? Okay. So I'm only torching the areas that I want to manipulate and stretch down this way. So now you can see, oh my goodness, this is not happening in real life. Now this torch is like, haha. Do you have no time for burping? Thank you, Clara. No, I prepped this board today. You have got to be kidding me. You know what? It's fine. I don't need you to be awesome, Torch, because I have another one. BRB. Do you have to use your torch? I promise I won't get it sticky icky.
What?
Have you used your torch? I promise I won't get it sticky icky. Can I show them what you're working on at the end of this? Yes, I have fire! I have made fire. This is the Judy that Torch got Jeffrey. Judy got Jeff this awesome dragon torch because dragon. All right. So I'm going to break up some of these areas to make more cells pop through. Because ultimately, topside cells are a product of thinned resin. Y'all, I said I was gonna, and then this painting was like, mwahaha. That's what you think. But I'm not mad at that little like fade right there. I think it's perfect. Call me Karen. Whatever. Oh, thank you. Peace is good. Also, that's a great name. All right. I have filled up this bottom part, but this I'm down with. I just need to touch on a couple things and then we're gonna let it live. Sorry, I thought you guys could see what I was doing. All right, so I'm happy with the piece. I just need to add a little bit more flambe. Now I'm going to use this just as I would my, like if I had a metallic gold. It's true, sweet pea. can't let it go sometimes. So I've let this resin thicken up enough, and I loaded it with so much glitter or flambe that this is going to basically stay where I put it. And so if you let it set to at least a soft peak, which is where, like if you pull your resin up out of your cup and like let it flow back down, you can kind of see where it flows to for just a second. Bowie. I got him a new toy and he keeps losing it under the couch, so he's having a rough day right now. No! That was such a rookie move. I pulled my stir stick with paint on it over the piece. I pull rookie moves all the time. So I hope nobody took that as condescending, because I do it all the time. To myself. So now I'm just gonna have to rework this just a little bit. Bowie. Cheese and crackers, bud. Try that again. Whoops. Easy, Bowie. You're okay. Girl, fixing rookie moves is one of my favorite things to do. I make them so often. There we go. Thank you, Kim. And everyone. All right, so let's continue with adding a little bit of this flambe still, because it's kind of like boxed in the design now that I've tilted it in that area. So I don't want it to be kind of framed in like that. Bye, Kara. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Maybe we'll do one of these. Then I'll have to do one over here because even. There. I think I like it. So because I added that last little bit, sorry about that, of the flambe, I'm just hitting it with a little bit more heat to make sure I don't have any bubbles still in there. And I'll take you guys down to see everything up close. Thank you, Miss Minogue. Got you, Jen. I think I may have enough for a couple. All right. I like those tie-dye looking like galaxy cells. Love how that flambe is coming up through the dark turquoise. Deep turquoise, my apologies. My camera doesn't want to focus at all on the piece. So let's take this over to the dust-free zone. Try not to drop it. Let's go see what Jeff's up to. I'm gonna set this down right here and just wipe off all of that may have dropped onto my floor. Resin cam.
I asked my friend Aaron, I said, what do you think this looks like? And I sent him that, and he sent Al Pacino, and I was like, no. And he goes, oh yeah, that's what I meant.
It looks like he's giving you the side eye, just like when you're in front of it, like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Angelique. So Jeff's done the painting, like the acrylic wash part, and now he's starting to do airbrush into his walk-in. Oh my goodness. I didn't notice there was music. We gotta go.
Hey. Now it's gonna flag it.
But I can mute that, just that part. What are you doing? Are you getting into no good? Are you getting into no good? He said, of course. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get some coasters real quick. If you don't know, this is our shop. I am currently rearranging how these shelves are, so let's see. All right. Tell Jeff to look at your this. I do it all the time. Look at my this. Okay. So we're gonna do some Masonite coasters real quick. I'm gonna try to get you guys back into this. What is this called? A tripod. Without killing the feed. Nailed it. Oh, I may have spoke too soon. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get sticky, but you know what? It's part of the game. Give me 3 coasters, boys. That's how long I need. And then we'll do the thing. Okay? Okay. Jeff has to finish that commission and a few others before we leave on my mystery birthday vacation. Super pumped. No idea what we're doing. Jen, I could just surprise everybody and do something absolutely AWOL. I've done that before. You guys know. So this resin's been sitting up for about an hour and a half, close to 2 hours at this point. Bye, Vamp. I know, Clara, but I would have to go up and I'd have to go back over to the music area and get them. It'll be fine. I have alcohol here. I'll wipe my hands off just after. For everyone working at home, don't touch resin or you will get pregnant and die. Not really. That was on a skit from forever ago. Can't remember. 3 coasters is absolutely a measure of time. 100%. I don't remember what is what, so that's not surprising. Why did y'all let me do this without marking these cups? I blame everyone in the club. But it'll be fine. We'll make it work. Hi, Chris. Exactly, Linda. Hey, Beyond. How was school? Are you out for Christmas yet? Okay. I'm gonna get ratchet real quick. I just need more base. Absolutely losing his brain over here. I don't even know if you guys can hear him like panting and running around, but it's hilarious. All right, unratchet. I'm on Thanksgiving break, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna have to use one of these to do the thing. Looks like it's probably gonna end up being a tie-dye situation. You know what? There's nothing wrong with a little bit of tie-dye. Tie-dye ain't never hurt nobody. Ugh. I'm gonna have to do gloves. All right, BRB. Bless you, move. Calm down. All right, gloves check. right. Kuja, if you just calm down, you'll be fine. Yeah, this resin's getting super tacky, but that's fine because we're gonna make it beautiful. All right. I'm using this one as like a burner one to figure out which white is which. I can't tell. Oh well. We'll make something happen. All right. Pretty sure that was the top cell white. There we go. Let's do this one. Let that one rest for a minute. So the colors that I used were Deep Turquoise Paste, Passion Top Cell White Paste, Passion Based Cell White Paste, Magenta, and Spearmint. I'm gonna let some of that pink drip onto this guy. Every time my phone goes off, I check the camera to make sure that I haven't lost you guys. That's usually when I get texts now. This is when my feed dies out. Look at that faint little ghost cell pattern. Can you see it just there? Beep, beep, beep. What up, Nene? All right, so this one's been resting for a minute, and I think I'm gonna let it live. Has a nice composition, and the balance between cells and not cells is pretty good. Now I know it. I just wanted to incorporate some of that pink, but I don't know. I know it, Beans, but you're fine. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm teaching him not to bark or he'll be ignored, so y'all just got to deal with it with me. That's different, but I think I like it. Night, Kim. Is Bowie making any dogs out there talk back to him? He has that effect. There he goes. That didn't take too long. There's a little stretch of cells through there. It's fun. All right. I think I like him. It is not Tiffany. It is a new pigment brand called Color Passion, and the specific color was Spearmint. Okay, I know I said I was gonna let it live, but it's something bothering me that I want more of that. Need more of this flambe. There we go. Maybe just one more. All right, that's better. All right, I'm gonna go put these in the dust free zone, and I will BRB. What are you talking to, Beans? What's talking to you? I don't know if Judy's still in here, but look at this fun heart that I did the other day with one of her ornaments. How fun! Get with Judy if you want some ornaments. If you need something to gift for Christmas. I recommend those. I have to wipe this this dude off before I get in trouble, because I will. Thanks, Holly. So, thanks for tuning in, seeing what I'm up to tonight, you guys. And dealing with my, number of torch struggles, all of my first world problems. Appreciate it. What up, Heather? Need to see my new do. It's not done yet. I have one more color to put in. It's just all up in my face. There we go. It's still just regular, but it's blonde now. It's not like, is that green? Is that blue? You know, that color. It's got a slight something. It's got a slight lavender hue to it, which I like. Unacceptable, Heather. Anyways, if you are interested in any of the paints that I showed you guys tonight, I'm gonna link Color Passion's website in this video after it posts. And yeah, thanks for tuning in and seeing what I'm up to today. If you have any questions, shoot me a text, 214-402-9996. If you have an order outstanding with me, it should go out. It should have gone out today. I think I have 4 that still need to go out in the morning. Boys, do you have to do that right now? Cool. That'd be awesome, Heather. Thank you. I love that shampoo and conditioner. Yeah, it's platinum. It's like lavender platinum. So it's like, it looks basically platinum unless you're really looking at it or the light catches it just right. And then it's like, oh, I see that purple. Laura Taylor, I need you to get well. Well, I'm glad you tuned in, even if it was just for a minute, Nene. I should have put something in the Poor People's group letting you guys know it's going early. But I have been playing catch up. I haven't seen Amanda in maybe like 2 weeks. So if anyone wants to come intern, hit me up. I think it was overtone. I'm so glad you got your stuff finally. No, not cruise. Thanks for tuning in, Joe. My hands are still sticky. I'll have to get another bottle of that. All right, you guys, thanks for tuning in, seeing what I'm up to today. I love you guys so, so much. The boys appreciate it too, even though they're trying to be hyper distracting. It's not too sticky. Come here. Come here, Beans. Come here. Come on. Okay. Come here, miss. So, I gotta take these boys out before they pee on my shoes because you know they're going to. And be kind to one another. You never know what someone's going through. And I will see you guys next time. So, be good, y'all. Bye.